Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kyra, and here on this channel we are all about real makeup for real life and real people. Elephant in the room, I have very little clothes on. That is because our air conditioner is broken. There's a leak and therefore we may be without AC for quite a few days. So that is why I'm dressed the way I am in all my fluffy glory. But beyond that, as you would have noticed by the title, today is a get ready with me using some newer makeup to my collection. Some is new, some is super new, including one product that I have not even swatched yet. And so I'm just looking forward to doing this video with you guys today. I did film this yesterday. The audio was obstructed by my ceiling fan, so hopefully that won't happen today, but let's go ahead and put some makeup on the face. So I'm gonna go super lightweight with my base today. I'm gonna start off with the Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream. I have the shade number 23, and it could be a better shade match. It's a little light for me at the moment, but we're gonna make it work with some bronzer. And I'm just going to go ahead and rub that in with my fingers. Again, AC broken, and so I want a super lightweight base. All I have on underneath of the BB cream is my sunscreen. And I do like this stuff. I think it is a very nice texture. I like the weight of it and how it looks on the skin. I still feel like I like my Misha BB cream a little bit more, but this is certainly, I have no complaints about this product at all. For concealer, I recently picked up the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener. I originally picked up this shade Golden Ivory. It was kind of light for me, so I picked up this shade, which is Seashell, and it's a little bit better, I think. It's definitely like peachier, but I like the coverage of this, especially to go along with a light base product like the BB cream. So far so good. I think if I get much darker, I could possibly need a darker shade, but we're gonna make it work. With the more sheer coverage, it allows for some of my skin's pigment to still show through, and so it may be that it still works for me when it's, you know, when I'm a little bit darker. Because Lord, do I spend more time outside this summer than I have in previous summers, just because of our little zoo that we have going on. If you're new here, we have a dog, 2 cats, 2 bearded dragons, 7 chickens, and a betta fish. So yeah, very nice, straightforward product. If you like a light coverage, or like if you're not into wearing base products all the time like I am in my everyday life, I don't wear a lot of foundation, I just wear everything else. That kind of a more sheer light coverage product is gonna work really well for a base routine like that. Newer to my collection is the LYS Beauty Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. I have the shade Resilience, which is translucent, and I like this powder. It's pretty straightforward. I think it's almost similar to the number 7 Perfect Light pressed powder that I love with a fiery passion. So I have no complaints. This is just a very standard powder, but it does set my base beautifully, so I'm always happy about that. And then I shall take just a bit on my ring finger and tap that on under the eye just to set things lightly. Again, it's gonna be freaking hot today. No AC. I know, I'm a baby. I didn't think this through all that well. But now, another new product. I had a little extra money in the beauty budget this month, so I went ahead and picked up something that's been on my wish list. In fact, if you watched my current makeup wish list and what I'm using instead video recently, was a collaboration with my girl Beauty and Life with Angela. I talked about this product and I just bit the bullet and did it because I really wanted it. It is the Patrick Ta Major Sculpt Cream and Powder Bronzer Contour Duo Shenanigans. Of course, now I have already used these because, you know, yesterday's mishap. But let me swatch it. I got the shade She's Sculpted, and I really think it is a nice shade. I almost feel like it leans a little bit olivey, which is great for my very yellow skin tone. I have discovered though that I do prefer applying the cream contour part with my sponge. So I'm gonna start there and just apply that right above where my cheekbone ends. And as I discovered yesterday when I used this for the very first time, it doesn't seem so contoury to me, I guess. I mean, it definitely kind of casts a shadow and whatnot, but I just thought it was interesting because I know so many people have said that this, or especially the first shade, the lightest shade, look kind of ashy or gray. I guess I have a warm enough skin tone that that is not an issue for me. So I'm happy with this. I really like, it's a nice like creamy emollient formula of this contour shade, and I'm just really happy with it so far. And take anything that's left on the sponge down the sides of the schnoz and under the lower lip. I think it looks nice. And pick up my Delium Tools brush that I like for bronzer and go ahead and go into the powder bronzer side. This is nice and soft, but not as like kick-uppy, powdery, etc. as I was thinking it might be based on my experience with the blushes and whatnot. And it has like a nice luminosity to it. I really like it. Kind of reminds me of like the subtle sheen of like an Hourglass powder product, whether it be powder, blush, bronzer. All of them have a little bit of a nice like luminosity, or they add radiance to the skin. And you'll be happy to know that the wave technique is back for the summer. I really like to bronze my face up during the summer because I don't typically get much of a tan on my face because I wear a lot of SPF, but I think that looks nice. Easy peasy. I really like that. Now, do I think I will contour every time I use it? Probably not. But like I said, I think the cream is warm enough or neutral enough to pass as a bronzer, so I would probably use one or the other if I didn't want to go full on like this. But I really like the formula of both of the products. For the very exciting non-swatched product for this video, I did it. I ordered another face palette. It's been a while, I think, since I ordered one, and I picked up the NARS Orgasm on the Beach. Who doesn't want that? Yes. Anyway, this has got to be one of the most beautiful face palettes I now own in terms of packaging. It's absolutely stunning. Of course, it has the sticker on the back with the shades in it, which is always nice. And then the inside, oh my goodness. Look at that. It's so pretty. Look at those. I don't know if this is supposed to be a bronzer or not, and like I said, I hadn't swatched it. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them now for you. The first 3 shades are Turtle Bay highlighter, Naples, which is kind of a bronzy tone, and then Mandalay. Anybody think that that would work as a bronzer? I'm curious to know. Is Montezuma. Holy moly, that's pretty. Orgasm, of course. And beautiful red tone called Zuma. So there is the palette. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off with blush. I want to first go into this shade up here, which is Mandalay, and kind of put that down lightly as a base blush, and then I want to go into this beautiful peachy number, which is Montezuma. Thought about Orgasm, but we've all seen it, haven't we? So I'm picking up some of that first shade on my e.l.f. blush brush, one of my favorites. Ooh, that is pretty. That would definitely be pretty all it's on its own. I like that. I just kept seeing this palette and kept seeing it, not like on videos or anything like that, although I did see one video with Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. I just wanted it. When I saw it, I wanted it. And this is going to be my first experience with a highlighter from NARS. I have never owned a highlighter from NARS, but I've always wanted one. It's just such a chunk of change to get an individual one, and then I never could decide what shade I wanted. But at least today we get to try this one in this formula. That looks definitely beachy to me. No kick up in the pan. So now I'm gonna go into this shade, which is Montezuma. Same brush. Looks like it could be glittery, which is fine as long as it's not texture enhancing. Oh, that is so pretty. Wow, that is glowy. You almost don't need highlighter with that. Yes, I like that. That looks almost like it's glowing. Definitely not as texture enhancing as a lot of products that I've tried. I'm going to dip into a little bit of both blushes real quick and just go across the nose just a little bit. Now, full highlighter, I think we're going to go ahead in with the first shade, which is Turtle Bay. And it just looks like a nice champagne-y highlight. Let's start with the nose and the Cupid's bow. That's pretty. All right, so let's put just a little bit on the cheeks. Keep it kind of to the brow bone, and then just a little bit. Because boy, do we have the glow going. wowzer. I am super impressed with that little palette. It's like a wet look and I am so into that. So to press everything down into the skin, I don't like to spray too much setting spray like directly on. Instead, I like to spray it on my sponge. This is Milani Make It Last. It's in the Mango Coconut scent from their Fruit Fetish line. And how I do this is I just kind of start up here and I'm just very lightly pressing down on all of this. And hopefully in pressing it down, it will take away any texture that might be there. Spray again and do the other side. I am going to pop off of here really quickly, put on some eyeshadow primer. It's going to be the Fenty Pro Filter, probably for a long time, and do my brows, and then I will be back and ready for eyeshadow. All right, we are back. Eyes are primed, brows are did-ish, and we are ready for eyeshadow. Until yesterday, I had not used this palette before. I did create a look with this palette yesterday, which unfortunately was the part where the audio went bad. So I decided to refilm, but I will have put up pictures of that look for you guys because I'm not going to recreate it today. I think I want to start off with Over Easy, which is this sort of butter creamy yellow shade. And I like the way that this shows up. I think it does a nice job of actually showing up on the eyes, and hopefully you guys will be able to see that. But it is a nice transition if you're gonna go the green route, I think, in this palette, because for my skin tone anyways. All right, got the yellow laid down. Next, I'm gonna go into this shade called Superfood. Is that what I'm going to do? I think so. And I'm gonna use that same little dual-ended Sigma brush that I used for the previous shade. I'm gonna try to put this on the outer part of the lid first, and then kind of work it up into the crease. Kind of going for a lighter look today. I did a very bold look yesterday, which you would have seen already, and I really liked it. It's weird to look at myself like that, which is again weird because I used to do a lot more colorful eyeshadow and I just kind of got away from it. I don't know why. I don't know if the creative juices weren't there or what the situation was exactly, but I like colorful eyeshadow. I don't know why I haven't been gravitating toward it quite as much, or I guess I just go for kind of a little bit of a softer look. I'm going to take the flat side of the brush and build this up on the outer part of the lid a wee bit, and then when I have that built up, I'll pull it up into the crease a little bit, always pulling the brush toward the tip of my brow, like the outer, the tail that is. And then I'm gonna go back in and just blend edges. All right, to add a little bit more depth on the outer corner, just a little bit, I'm going into the black, which is called Holy Moly. Taking this on the very tip of this flat brush that I've been using, kind of putting it along the upper lash line at an angle, almost like a little wingy dingy. And then I'm just gonna kind of buff that in toward the inner part of the lid and pull it up into the crease. And then I'm taking that other end, the fluffy end, and blending that. And that's all the depth that I want. But I do want that outer part of the eye to be a little bit elongated. For the lid, I want to go into this shade down here, which is called Green Juice. I'll apply that using my finger. I'm taking it most of the way in, leaving a little bit of space for another shade. Love it. That brightened things up really nicely. And then lastly, for the very inner part of the lid, I'm going to go into this sort of champagne-y shade called Avocado. How cute is that? That one is a little bit more chunky and, you know, fallout-ish. But I think it will be pretty. I love it. That would be a pretty lid shade just overall. I'm excited to, at some point, let me know if you guys would want to see a little tutorial to do a non-green look with this palette. I'm really wanting to get into this shade called Paprika right here, and Pit, Expensive, Pink Salt, Avocado would be pretty. So I am definitely going to do that at some point. I really like this. I honestly don't know if I like this better or yesterday's look better, but I'm very pleased with this look. So it is time for me to pop off of here, do some liner, mascara, and then we will be back for a lip of some sort. All right, we are back. This is the completed look. Just kidding, we still have to do lips. Hello. I'm going to go ahead and line and fill in my lips with my Milani Understatement lip liner in the shade Nude Entrance. I've already finished one of these, working on a second. Love these lip liners. All right, I filled most of it in. Oh, I forgot to tell you how I finished off the eyes. Old Standard Wet n Wild Kohl liner in the shade Simma Brown now, as well as my Pixie Eye Bright liner in the shade Nude, which I put in the lower inner rim. Finished off the lashes with my CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. This is like Maxwell House, good to the last drop. It's still going, I can't believe it. But not new. This is a lip gloss that my hubby picked out for me. If you missed the video where he picked out my Sephora haul, I'll link it for you. But this is the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in the shade Cashew. And it's a really pretty nude, and I felt like a nude was in order. Now this is the completed look. Took us a while to get here. I have a feeling this will have been a longer video, but thank you so much for joining me for this. Let me know any of your thoughts below about any of the products that we used today. You know how it goes. Let me know, is it a scorcher where you are? Is your AC working? Mine is not. And just thank you. Thank you. I love your faces. Thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me today. I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful, non-sweaty makeup days, and I will see you in my next video soon.